Hello there, Martyn Green, Devon Fishing Guides. A lot of people, when they start boat fishing, use inherited tackle and often inherited ideas from other anglers. Some of those are great. But I know when I started, I used all sorts of different rigs. Gradually, I came up with a very simple boom, and that evolved until now I have a quick change boom. I never have to cut that off my rod. I can use it, leave it there all the time. And all I do is I change the traces, which is just pull back the tail rudder, slide on a swivel with a trace already made up. So whether it's going bass fishing, whether it's going pollock fishing over a wreck, whether it's going for rays, whether it's going for smooth hound, even if I'm going to use predator rigs for place over the skerries, they're all made up. And all I've got to do is change tackle, which I can do within seconds. Now I've used my boom on quite a few of my videos, but I've had requests to how to make one. So that's what I'm going to do in this video, and hopefully you might find it useful. I hope that you do.
Let's see. Yeah. Nice little place there. Gave a great fight on that bait caster.
To make your boom, you're going to need to get a few tools together. For the wire, I use stainless steel spring wire, 1.2mm grade 304. I use a couple of larger swivels, a smaller swivel, and a tail rudder. I also use either a snap link or a fast link, and an optional bit of aquarium tubing, just to sheath the top of the boom. The first thing you're going to do, once you've got your tools together, is that you're going to make an eye. For that, I tend to use a pair of jewellery pliers and then maybe squash them up a little bit with an ordinary pair of pliers. Before I close the eye completely, I have to put on a swivel. You'll need to do that too. That is going to be what you're going to tie your main line to. Once you've made your first eye, you're going to make a second immediately underneath it. Once again, you've got to put on a swivel. This time, that's going to be for the snap link. That will just allow the boom to rotate freely so you don't get so many tangles. Once I've slid on the swivel, I use a pair of mole grips to hold the eye while I wrap the wire around 2 or 3 times and stick it out parallel with the eyes. You need to slide a tail rubber onto the bit of wire sticking out, and then at the end of that wire, make a small hook. That's going to be what you slide the swivel onto before sheathing it with the tail rubber. When a fish pulls against it, it can't unhook the swivel because the swivel is shrouded in the tail rubber and all the force is directed at pulling away from the boom. Two other things that I do is that I shroud the top swivel with a little bit of aquarium tubing. It can still freely turn, but it stops the line getting caught in the wire. Important when you've got someone fishing next to you and you get a little bit of a tangle. It does happen. On the bottom swivel, I attach either a fast link or a snap link, which I can then use to attach my swivel. So it does take a few minutes to make your booms, and you might think to yourself, why bother? The fact is, because these are quick change booms, it makes boat fishing so much more convenient. I can have all my traces prepared in advance, and I can quickly change them just by peeling back the tail rubber, sliding off the swivel, sliding on the new one. That means that I've got traces ready for smoothhounds, ready for bullheads, ready for bass. Also predator rigs ready for place, and I even have traces ready for flying collar rigs over the wrecks if I want to have a go for polyp, bearing in mind of course that it is that voluntary conservation code going on at the moment. We must give the fish a fighting chance. All in all, it's a really useful boom, and I can organise all my tackle around it, and I even have a tackle box that enables me to put things exactly where I can find them very, very easily. Well worth it. Anyway, that'll do for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, or at least found it informative, and I hope one day we'll meet up on the bank. In the meantime, if you would like to subscribe to our channel, it would be very much appreciated. Likes and comments similarly. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.